Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Burns Reviews, and today we're talking about the George Clooney space epic, The Midnight Sky, coming to Netflix on December 23rd. If you're new to the channel, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We do have a lot more videos coming. We just got an invitation from Apple TV Plus to do all of their upcoming content, so we're really excited about that. And without any further ado, let's talk about The Midnight Sky. A lone scientist in the Arctic races to contact a crew of astronauts returning home to a mysterious global catastrophe. Alright, so this movie is, well, how do I put this? So, I love George Clooney, right? I always thought he was great. I thought he was great as Danny Ocean in those Ocean 11 movies. When I was a kid, I thought he was like the coolest dude ever because I used to watch that movie From Dusk Till Dawn again and again and again. I even used to go to like Supercuts when I was like 10 years old and be like, can you give me like the Caesar haircut like George Clooney on ER? Because, you know, I thought George Clooney was the man, right? George Clooney, God bless him. This movie is awful. I don't know how else to put it. I can't even, like, I like to do these reviews. I start with some positives and then I go into the negatives and then I do like a conclusion. I can't do that with this movie. I'm gonna try. I'm sorry. I know this is not in a proper fashion in which I usually do it. I'm sorry, I can't. This movie is awful. So George Clooney is this guy that's just, you know, he's a scientist, and he decides that he's going to stay at a communication base for a spacecraft that is coming back from a different planet that went away on a mission. And he's trying to warn them that if they come back, they're going to die too, because the whole planet has basically been destroyed. There's very few people left, and his mission is to get to a different communication station with a bigger antenna so that he can let them know not to come back, but instead that they should go back to where they came from, where they found life on a different planet, because they have a better shot of doing that. Along the way, he finds that a little 10-year-old girl snuck into his communication base, and he's in like the Antarctics, and everybody else has left, and he's trying to like get the people on the radio to come back and pick up this girl, this little 10-year-old. She doesn't talk, and the whole movie, it's basically just George Clooney sleeping, getting drunk, puking again, falling downstairs, drinking, wondering why he poured 2 bowls of cereal. Oh my god, I thought I only poured 1. Now I got 2 bowls of cereal. Oh, well, let me just pour it into the other one and then eat it. That's the scene in the movie. I didn't make that up. And I like George Clooney, and, you know, his charming, what have you, persona goes a long way to make him watchable. He's earned a lot of clout from a long career of being likable, that when you go into this movie, you can kind of just give him enough patience to go with it, but it wears thin pretty quickly. At the same time, we have a team of astronauts that we follow. Kyle Chandler is in there, Felicity Jones, amongst a couple of others, and they are so flat and one-dimensional. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this movie. I'm trying to think of a positive. It's a pretty movie? This movie is so average to below average. A lot of scenes are predictable. There's a lot of tropes. I saw the big twist coming a mile away. I'm sure you will too. Some people have actually told me that they figured it out watching the trailer. I don't know, I couldn't get into it. To me, it was better than NyQuil. I found myself trying to stay awake watching it. I definitely hate the song Sweet Caroline, which they tried to use as a lifting moment. You know, this movie seems to want to steal and borrow from a lot of other movies, like The Martian, or Gravity, or Ad Astra. But all of those movies are better. And I hate to shit on George Clooney because I like him. But it's like, I don't know, maybe he's taking off too much time to do Nespresso commercials with with Danny DeVito, or sell his tequila. I don't know. I think it's just something about this does not work. And it's funny because I just watched this other movie, News of the World, and it has a very similar idea where you have this grandpa type character who is forced to deal with a 10-year-old girl who doesn't even speak. And that movie is fantastic. And it made me wonder, if you switched the actors, if you put Tom Hanks in this, or vice versa, would it be better? And I think it would be the same, because I don't think George Clooney is a bad actor at all. And I don't think he's even a bad director, because I've seen his other movies and they're pretty good. I just feel like this fell short. Some of the scenes kind of drag on way too long. The editing is not there. It's just, if I had to put this on the shelf, it would be next to Tomorrowland, where it's just boring and I don't care. And it's so odd, because it seems like everybody from Ocean's 11 has to make a space movie, right? You got George Clooney, he's in this, he's in Gravity. Sandra Bullock, who was in Ocean's 8, she's in Gravity. Brad Pitt was in Ad Astra. Matt Damon was in The Martian. Even Andy Garcia had a bit part in Passengers. But this movie, we need to stop. The Ocean's crew needs to stop going into space, and this is the movie that needs to say, you need to stop. I just didn't care about the characters. I think George Clooney tries his best. There's a couple of moments, a little bit, where he's relatable, I suppose. But then you cut back to that B team, that team that's coming back towards Earth, and the dialogue is wooden. There's no emotionality to it. It's just flat. And I swear, if you ever want to take a nap, but don't want to drink any more NyQuil, just throw this movie on. It is more soothing and boring than The Sound of the Rain. And that is why I'm going to give The Midnight Sky, I'm sorry George, a D. Yeah, feels like a TV movie. It just didn't feel very grand in scope. This just felt so lifeless. Come to think of it, I think one of the biggest issues I had with this movie is that the score was pretty horrendous. It felt like they put, sometimes when they make a movie, they put a temporary score in there so that they can screen it for producers and stuff like that to give you an early draft of what the movie will look like. This felt like they never went back and put a new score in, and they just left the temporary one in there. It was just bad. Sorry guys. Sweet Caroline did not save it. It felt like they tried to... That Sweet Caroline scene felt like they saw The Martian, because Jessica Chastain's character was always playing the disco music, and they're like, we should do something like that. Get some 70s, 80s music, some 80s put it in there. And it'll be like the big... Everybody loves that song. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Even the actors looked bored out of their mind. Alright, so I guess that's the end of my rant, the end of my review. What did you think of The Midnight Sky? Be sure to comment down below. Maybe you loved it. Maybe you thought it was fantastic. If you did, what am I missing? What am I missing from this movie that you think is good about it? Because I could not find one redeemable thing in this movie. I don't want to give it a straight F, because I don't think it deserves a straight up F. I've seen movies that are way more horrendous than this movie. This is just rated... I'm going to give it a D for disappointed, because nothing in this movie seems to work, and it was incredibly boring. It was a complete snooze fest. Anyway guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that sub button, ring that bell, give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel a lot. We got more upcoming reviews coming up for later in January, so be sure to stick around. And yeah, comment down below. What did you think of The Midnight Sky? Did you like it? Maybe you did. Until next time guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been John, you've been Burns, this has been Burns Reviews. Thank you for watching, stay safe, happy holidays, and we will see you next time.